Today we had the Durban Edge seminar between the Durban Edge and some of our partners. The purpose of the seminar was to link up providers of capital, so people that have venture capital and private equity, with businesses that are seeking capital so that we can grow our economy and create jobs.
So my role in the event was to do a presentation on the fundamentals of private equity and set the tone and give a bit of context to what private equity and venture capital is. So broadly defined, private equity is an alternative asset class. And what happens is fund managers get investments from investors and they take that and invest it in unlisted equity. So really that's private companies. I think events like these are great because actually it gets everybody in the same room, businesses, funders, and they're talking about important issues and how we can improve the country.
The audience was very informed by the discussion that we had on the panel. The private equity and venture capital specialists that we had were very, very skilled and high-level individuals, and the response was phenomenal.
We found that there's a much bigger pool of potential investments than we have appetite to invest into. So at the moment, the demand and supply dynamics, particularly in the micro economy here, are interesting for us.
I'm a tax expert by trade, so we spoke a little bit about tax, and we spoke a little about the private equity industry, particularly in the context of private family business, and why private equity would be interested in family business, and why family business would be interested in investment from private equity.
One of the most challenging areas around family-owned businesses, but quite frankly this applies even to founder-run businesses, owner-managed businesses, etc., is understanding that there isn't just a strict commercial agenda, okay, and it's understanding, frankly, the psychology of the founder, the psychology of the family.
Well, I felt that the audience was quite engaged. There was a lot of good questions and there was a lot of material to cover and a lot of understanding to be had by all parties. So I think that proved that the audience was engaged and valued what was being said.
We had a joint initiative with SAFCA today, SAFCA being the South African Venture Capital and Private Equity Association. Through this dialogue, businesses can find out more about venture capital and to expand their businesses, thereby employing more people and leading to growth and job creation in our economy.
The attendance was great. Firstly, our main partners, SAFCA, the South African Venture Capital and Private Equity Association, Southern African, was here. We also had our other partners, the Durban Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who brought their businesses. We had our business support unit who brought their businesses. We had Innovate Durban who brought some of their businesses. We had Smart Exchange who brought their businesses. We had Project Preparation Trust who brought their businesses. And then we had our own Edge businesses. The venue was packed, so we are quite excited. People were so interested in the concept of private equity and venture capital. They didn't know enough about it. So that was a great turnout for us.